Did you know that a simple penny could change your life? Yes, a small, copper coin from 1966 with no mint mark might just be your ticket to a fortune. Imagine finding a penny in your drawer that could be worth up to $1 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, buckle up, because today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1966 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin that's turning heads in the numismatic market. Let's start with a story. Last year, a man named Tom stumbled across an old penny while cleaning his attic. It looked ordinary, just like the ones we pass by every day. But this penny was special. It was a 1966 Lincoln penny without a mint mark. Tom, curious but skeptical, took it to a coin expert. And guess what? That ordinary penny sold for over $100,000. Imagine his shock. One penny. 6 figures. If that doesn't make you want to check your couch cushions right now, I don't know what will. So, what makes this coin so valuable? Let's break it down. First, the 1966 penny was produced during a unique time in U.S. coin history. The government temporarily removed mint marks from coins to discourage hoarding. This means all 1966 pennies lack a mint mark. But here's where it gets interesting. Certain rare varieties, like those with double die errors or off-center strikes, can fetch jaw-dropping prices. And the condition matters too. A coin in mint, uncirculated condition can dramatically increase in value. Now, before you go tossing every 1966 penny into a treasure chest, you need to know what to look for. Check for sharp details on Lincoln's portrait and clear lettering. Look for unusual errors like double images on the date or the word Liberty. These rare characteristics can transform a 1-cent coin into a goldmine. And here's a fun fact. Some collectors are so passionate about these pennies that they'll pay tens of thousands just to complete their collections. It's like the ultimate scavenger hunt, except the prize could buy you a luxury vacation, a new car, or even a house, but time is ticking. As more people discover the hidden value of these coins, the market is getting more competitive. The longer you wait, the harder it might become to sell yours at a premium. Think about it. That penny you overlooked today could be worth thousands tomorrow. So, how do you cash in if you think you have a winner? Start by examining your coin under good lighting. If it shows promising signs, consider getting it professionally graded. Trusted services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and assign a grade to your coin, giving buyers confidence and potentially boosting your profit. As we wrap up, here's a cliffhanger for you. What if the next penny you find could shatter the current record? Some experts believe even higher sales are possible, given the right coin and the right collector. So, next time you come across a 1966 penny, don't just dismiss it. You might be holding a hidden fortune in the palm of your hand. Now, go check your piggy banks, junk drawers, and old coin jars. Who knows? You could be one penny away from a millionaire's lifestyle. Stay curious, stay hopeful, and remember, treasure often hides in the most ordinary places. Have you ever held a penny in your hand and thought, could this tiny coin actually be worth a fortune? Well, if you have a 1968 Lincoln penny, you might want to pay close attention. Because what looks like a simple, everyday penny could be your ticket to a life-changing payday. Yes, some of these coins have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars, and one could potentially be worth $1 million. Imagine that, one penny, $1 million. Now, I get it. It sounds crazy. A penny worth $1 million. But here's the thing, collectors are actively hunting down these rare 1968 Lincoln pennies, and the right one can command jaw-dropping prices. Why? Because of specific, rare errors and unique characteristics that make these coins exceptionally valuable. And if you stick around, I'll reveal exactly what to look for and how you can turn that ordinary-looking penny into a life-changing fortune. But first, let's talk about why this coin is so special. Back in 1968, the Denver Mint produced millions of pennies. Most were just regular coins meant for everyday transactions. But a tiny fraction of these coins came off the press with distinct errors, like double die obverse or unusual mint marks. These rare imperfections are what turn ordinary pennies into extraordinary treasures. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Picture a collector at an auction, heart racing as the bidding climbs higher and higher. One of these 1968 D pennies, with a perfectly preserved double-die obverse, recently sold for over $100,000. And that's just the start. Experts believe that certain variations, if found in pristine condition, could fetch even more, possibly up to $1 million. Sounds like a fairy tale? Well, it's not. And here's what you need to know to identify one of these rare coins. First, look at the date. If the numbers appear slightly doubled, especially the 6 and the 8, you might have hit the jackpot. Next, inspect the D mint mark. In some rare cases, the mint mark was accidentally stamped twice, creating what's known as a repunched mint mark. And condition matters. Coins in near-perfect, uncirculated condition bring the highest prices. Now, before you rush to check every penny in your jar, let me throw in a curveball. Not every error is valuable. Some minor imperfections are common and won't get you more than a few cents. But certain errors are so rare that collectors will pay a premium just to add them to their collections. So, how do you separate the junk from the jackpot? Here's a quick trick. Use a magnifying glass to spot clear doubling on the letters Liberty or In God We Trust. These details often signal a coin that collectors crave. Speaking of collectors, you might be wondering, who on earth would pay that much for an old penny? The world of coin collecting is full of passionate enthusiasts willing to spend thousands, even millions, on rare finds. In fact, some of the highest-earning collectors don't just buy coins, they invest in them, treating rare pennies like pieces of fine art. Now here's a question to reset your attention. If you found a 1968 D penny worth $1 million today, what would you do with the money? Would you retire early? Travel the world? Or maybe, just maybe, you'd reinvest in finding more of these hidden treasures. The possibilities are endless, but the opportunity is rare. And as we move into the final act, you'll discover exactly how to sell one of these valuable coins for top dollar. Selling a rare coin isn't as simple as listing it on a random marketplace. You need the right strategy. First, get your coin authenticated by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. These experts will verify the coin's authenticity and assign it a grade, which can dramatically impact its value. Next, consider selling through a trusted auction house that specializes in rare coins. Auctions attract serious collectors willing to pay top dollar, but here's the kicker, these high-value coins don't stay hidden forever. As more collectors join the hunt, the window of opportunity narrows. Right now, the demand for rare Lincoln pennies is skyrocketing. And that 1968 D penny collecting dust in your drawer. It could be your golden ticket. So, don't wait. Go check your coin jars, old piggy banks, and forgotten drawers. Because somewhere, out there, a 1968 D Lincoln penny might be waiting to change your life forever. And when you find it, you'll know that sometimes, the smallest things can bring the biggest fortunes. Imagine holding a penny so rare and valuable that it could change your life forever. Yes, a single 1982 D Lincoln penny could be worth up to $1 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? But before you empty your piggy bank or dismiss that jar of old coins gathering dust in your kitchen, stick around. Because today, we're uncovering the secrets behind this $1 million penny, and trust me, you don't want to miss what makes it so extraordinary. Now, here's a fun thought, who knew a tiny coin could outshine your 401k? Let's dive in. The 1980s were an era of big hair, bold music, and a tiny penny that would go on to make numismatic history. In 1982, the U.S. Mint made a critical change. They switched the composition of pennies from 95% copper to 97.5% zinc, with only a thin copper coating. But here's the kicker, during this transition, a few copper pennies were mistakenly struck in Denver. And today, those rare 1982 D copper pennies are worth a fortune. Why the big bucks? Rarity. Only a handful are confirmed to exist, making these pennies the ultimate hidden treasure. Now, You're probably wondering, how do you know if your penny is the jackpot coin? Don't worry, we're getting there, but first, let's talk about what makes these coins so special. Because not every 1982 penny is worth millions. And you wouldn't want to toss a potential fortune back into the Coinstar machine, right? If you found $1 million penny today, what would you buy first? A luxury car? A dream vacation? Or maybe you just hire someone to check all your coins for you from now on. Let me know in the comments. Alright, so what exactly should you look for? Here are the key identifiers of the rare 1982 copper penny. The mint mark. The D indicates it was minted in Denver. No D. Sorry, it's not the one. The weight. Grab a digital scale. A copper penny weighs 3.11 grams, while the zinc version weighs just 2.5 grams. If your penny hits that 3.11 mark, your heart should start racing. The date. Make sure the date is clearly 1982, with the small date variety being the rarest. Now, let's talk numbers. In recent auctions, confirmed 1982 copper pennies have sold for upwards of $1 million. Yes, that's 6 zeros for a single penny. Collectors are desperate to get their hands on these rarities, driving market values through the roof. Imagine this: a penny you found on the ground last week could outvalue someone's luxury sports car. Talk about a financial plot twist. But what makes these collectors so willing to part with such eye-watering amounts of cash? Let's step into their shoes for a moment. Collectors aren't just buying metal and copper, they're buying history, mystery, and the thrill of the hunt. The 1982 copper penny represents a fleeting era in U.S. mint history, making it a tangible piece of America's past. And with only a handful verified, every new discovery makes headlines. Here's the urgent part: as more of these pennies surface, the window for selling yours at a premium could close. Supply may never meet demand, but in the world of rare coins, prices tend to dip when the market gets saturated. Translation: the best time to check your pennies is yesterday. So, what happens if you do find one of these elusive coins? How do you sell it for top dollar without getting scammed? Stay with me, because I'm about to reveal the exact steps you need to take to cash in on your coin's full potential. The 1982 copper penny isn't just a coin, it's a potential goldmine hiding in plain sight. So, go ahead, check those jars, rummage through old drawers, and weigh every 1982 penny you find. And when you hit the jackpot, don't forget who gave you the tip. If you found this video valuable, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more coin collecting secrets, and drop a comment if you've come across any rare finds. Who knows? Your story might be the next big feature. Good luck, and happy treasure hunting. You're holding a penny in your hand. It's from 1985, stamped with a tiny D mint mark. Looks ordinary, right? But what if I told you this everyday coin could actually be worth up to $1 million? Yes, a penny. 1 cent. $1 million. Sounds crazy? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes these rare 1985 Lincoln pennies so valuable, and how you might already have one hiding in plain sight. Now, before you start tearing through your coin jars, let me share a story. Last year, a man from Denver sold a 1985 Lincoln penny for over 6 figures. Why? A rare minting error that turned this everyday coin into a collector's dream. And here's the kicker: he had no idea what it was worth until a local pawn shop made him an offer he couldn't refuse. So, what makes these pennies so valuable? Let's break it down. First, we're looking for what collectors call a double die obverse. That's when the minting process leaves a slight duplication on the date or lettering. Imagine the word Liberty looking like it had one too many cups of coffee, a little shaky, a little doubled. If your penny has that, you might just be sitting on a fortune, but that's just the start. The condition of the coin is crucial. MS 65 or higher on the Sheldon scale. Now we're talking serious money. And don't worry, I'll explain exactly what that means in just a minute. Now, you might be wondering, wait, I can't even find my TV remote, how am I supposed to spot tiny coin errors? Relax. It's simpler than you think. And I promise, by the time we're done, you'll be inspecting pennies like a pro. Let's talk about what separates the everyday pennies from the million-dollar gems. First up, the mint mark. We're hunting for that crisp D under the year 1985, signifying it was minted in Denver. Now, if you see doubling in the date or the word Liberty, get excited. That's what coin experts call a jackpot clue, but here's something many people overlook: coin luster. If your 1985 D penny still shines like it just left the mint, collectors will pay a premium. You see, coin collectors are a lot like art collectors, except they get excited about microscopic details instead of brush strokes. Now, condition matters, big time. A penny graded MS-65 can easily fetch thousands, while one in MS-67 or MS-68 territory. That's where we start talking about life-changing money. And these high-grade coins are out there. Just last month, an MS-67 1985 D penny sold for tens of thousands of dollars at auction, but here's the twist: there's an even rarer variety, one that most collectors don't even know exists. And it could be the key to turning a penny into a million-dollar payday. Stay with me, because we're about to reveal that hidden secret. Alright, let's uncover the secret. There's a lesser-known anomaly called a misaligned die strike. When the coin is struck slightly off-center, it creates a bizarre yet valuable misprint. And if your 1985 D penny has a clear, visible doubling in this misaligned strike, congratulations! You might be looking at a coin worth a small fortune. So, how can you cash in? Step 1. Check your coin for doubling. Step 2. Verify the mint mark. And Step 3. Get your coin professionally graded. The best part? You don't need a magnifying glass from a spy movie, just good lighting and a bit of patience. Now, here's the truth: rare coins like these don't just sit around forever. Collectors are hunting them down as we speak. So, next time you find a 1985 D penny, don't just toss it aside. Inspect it. Because that tiny copper coin might just be your ticket to a wealthier future. And if you're still skeptical, ask yourself, what if you're just one penny away from a million-dollar discovery? Go check your coins, and who knows? You might be the next person we're talking about in a video like this. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this and want to learn more about rare coins hiding in plain sight, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Good luck treasure hunting. 2005 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, and discovering it could be worth thousands, even up to $1 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? But what if I told you this isn't just a fantasy? Today, we're unlocking the secrets behind this seemingly ordinary coin that could transform your financial future. So, check your change, because after watching this video, you might just realize you're holding a fortune. Most people look at pennies as insignificant. But here's the shocker: one 2005 no-mint mark Lincoln penny recently sold for an astounding price due to a rare minting error that collectors are scrambling to find. Now, before you dismiss that handful of coins on your dresser, let's break down what makes this penny so special. So, what's the deal with the 2005 penny? Well, some of these pennies feature doubling errors, particularly on Lincoln's eye and the inscriptions. And this is where things get interesting. Collectors, especially those with deep pockets, will pay a premium for these quirks. In fact, some have already cashed in big time. Imagine someone selling a penny they found in their old coin jar for tens of thousands of dollars. That's not just luck, it's knowing what to look for. But wait, how can you spot one of these valuable coins? Stay with me, because in just a moment, I'll reveal the key signs that separate a valuable 2005 penny from just another copper-coated coin. And trust me, you won't want to miss it. Now, let's talk specifics. The 2005 no-mint mark Lincoln penny was struck in Philadelphia. While millions were produced, a tiny fraction left the mint with errors that make collectors' hearts race. The most sought-after feature: doubling on Lincoln's eye or the inscriptions, "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." If you notice these irregularities, you're not just looking at a penny, you're looking at potential life-changing value. A retired couple in Florida discovered one of these rare pennies and sold it for over $20,000. One penny. One sale. Years of stress about money, gone. And if you think that sounds like winning the lottery, here's a twist: you don't need luck. You just need to know what to look for. So, where do you find these coins? Simple. Check your pocket change, old coin jars, and even those forgotten piggy banks. And remember, these coins often go unnoticed because people assume all pennies are worthless. But as we've just seen, assumptions can be expensive. But how do you know if your coin is truly rare? Up next, we'll discuss the exact steps to get your coin authenticated and sold for top dollar. And here's a hint: skipping these steps could cost you thousands. Alright, you found a suspicious-looking penny. What now? First, inspect it with a magnifying glass for the doubling we mentioned. Next, get it graded by a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. A verified high-grade error penny can easily command 5 or even 6 figures at auction, and here's the kicker: the coin market for these rarities is heating up. With more collectors entering the space, values are climbing. In fact, some experts predict that coins like the 2005 no-mint mark penny could reach new record highs in the coming years. So, don't ignore your pennies. That little copper coin could be your ticket to a wealthier, more secure future. After all, isn't it better to check now than to find out later you let a fortune slip through your fingers? If you found this information eye-opening, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more secrets about rare coins hiding in plain sight. And before you go, check out our next video on other modern pennies worth serious money. Who knows? Your next coin discovery might just change your life. Pulling out a penny and realizing it could be worth $1 million. Sounds crazy, right? But what if I told you that an ordinary-looking 2015 no-mint mark Lincoln penny might just be your golden ticket? Yes, a single penny that could turn your casual coin jar into a treasure chest. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes these pennies so valuable, how to spot one, and how much they're selling for in today's market. You won't want to miss this, especially if you don't want to unknowingly spend a fortune on a pack of gum. Let's start with the basics. The 2015 no-mint mark Lincoln penny might look like any other coin you see every day. But here's the twist: no mint mark means it was struck in Philadelphia. Now, you might be thinking, so what? Well, here's the kicker: some of these pennies have unique errors or characteristics that collectors go wild for. Take John Thompson from Ohio, for example. He found one of these rare pennies while cleaning out his car. At first, he thought, just a penny. But after a closer look, he discovered doubling on the obverse side, a rare minting error known as a double die. His penny later sold at auction for nearly $150,000. Imagine realizing your car floor was basically hiding a small fortune, but John isn't the only lucky one. Auction houses across the country are reporting skyrocketing prices for these elusive coins. Now you're probably wondering, okay, what exactly am I looking for? We'll get there, but first, have you ever heard of a penny costing more than a luxury car? Stay with me. So, what makes a 2015 no-mint mark Lincoln penny potentially worth life-changing money? Collectors are hunting for 3 key factors: condition, rarity, and errors. First up, condition. In coin collecting, condition is king. A 2015 penny graded MS-68 or higher by professional grading services can command thousands of dollars. And if you find one in pristine condition with an eye-catching error, that's when the bids start soaring. Speaking of errors, the most sought after are double dies and off-center strikes. A penny with a doubling in Lincoln's profile or the lettering could turn that coin into a collector's dream. One such error was recently auctioned for over $300,000. Yes, you heard that right, $300,000 for one penny. Now, before you start dumping your piggy bank onto the floor, let's talk about how to identify these errors. Look closely at "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." Any sign of shadowing or duplicated lettering could mean you've struck gold. And if you see a misaligned or missing edge, don't ignore it. That tiny imperfection could be your ticket to wealth. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait, how do I know I won't accidentally spend a rare penny at the grocery store? Good question. We'll cover that in a moment. But first, let me tell you about a penny that sold for more than most people make in a year. Let's get to the numbers. In today's market, 2015 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies with rare errors and high grades have been selling for jaw-dropping amounts. In fact, one specimen with a distinctive die crack fetched $350,000 at a recent auction. And standard high-grade pennies are regularly pulling in $1,000 to $5,000, not bad for something that costs 1 cent face value. So, how do you cash in if you find one? Start by checking for visible errors under a magnifying glass. Next, get your coin professionally graded. Collectors trust reputable grading services like PCGS and NGC. And when you're ready to sell, consider auction houses that specialize in rare coins. These collectors don't just want your penny, they're willing to fight over it with their wallets. Still skeptical? Think about this. Just last year, a man in Florida sold a handful of coins for over $2 million. He started just like you, curious, cautious, but willing to check that spare change. So, the next time you find a penny without a mint mark, don't dismiss it. Inspect it, research it, and if you spot anything unusual, get it checked out. Your loose change might just change your life. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more hidden coin treasures that could make you rich. And remember, every penny counts, especially the $1 million ones.